Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to Ramaseva Ramyaseva. We have been going through the most absorbing anecdotes of Ramayana, and now we are in a situation where Rama's army of monkeys have crossed the ocean and are on the other side. So now the next incident that happens is that Vibhishan, who is the youngest brother of Ravana, he comes uh, running to Rama and then surrenders to Rama. Rama accepts him as one of the brothers. Further, the war starts off, and then it has been pretty difficult for Ravana because he has been losing one after another all his people. But Indrajit, who is the son of Ravana, he is actually a very powerful magical warrior. He comes and then he attacks Lakshman in a very magic oriented war in which Lakshman swoons and almost dies. He falls down. And that is the situation where Hanuman sets off to Himalayas to get the Sanjeevani booty. And then with that, with the help of Sanjeevani booty, Lakshmana is again made alive. And then he is now functioning, and Rama is so happy about the whole situation. So this is the story part. Now coming to the connotation and then the symbolism in the current situation. We are all in the second wave of the pandemic, etc., and then where we are facing the situation with a lot of trepidation. The war is going on, and in that, Vibhishan, who is actually the younger brother of Ravan, is symbolic of the COVID vaccine, is what I would say, because the antibodies that have been actually that are introduced and with which actually it has been made is coming from the same source, but it is helpful to us, so it comes to our aid, and then the vaccine has been helping people. That is Vibhishan, who comes and then takes the side of the goodness. However, Indrajit, who is a new mutant because he comes from Ravan, the wickedness, it becomes much more powerful. It can do war even in the night. It surprises everybody by the kind of mutation, the kind of speed with which it moves, which is the Maya Jal, and it even attacks Lakshman, who is a service orientation. Many people have been actually doing a lot of service in the society, doctors, the frontline workers, and then NGOs and all, and even they have been falling prey to this new mutant. And that is the meaning of Indrajit really attacking Lakshman and then making him fall. However, and with which actually the service itself is impaired. But nothing is to be, nothing will stop in the form, in the way of goodness. And then the intellect actually works here and gets the Sanjeevani booty. And Sanjeevani booty from the Himalayas here is the equal mind. It is actually that positivity and not losing despair and the inspiration that is required actually to come out of this and continue our service. So we see that so many great people, frontline workers and all, in spite of many people losing their lives, they are doing such wonderful work, wearing all that the PPE kits, and then and so much of service that they are doing. So all this indicates that there is great inspiration, enthusiasm that comes up when the intellect happens to get the Sanjeevani booty. Sanjeevi stands for actually life, and then service should not be impaired just because the new things, new mutants are coming up, etc. In the situation, we should take the enthusiasm and use our intellect, which is like the Hanuman going to Sanjeev booty, and then he going and getting the Sanjeevani is like our intellect always looking for enthusiasm through discussions, satsangs, and then through like-minded people, and then get back and then continue to do our service. This is what all great people have been showing, that they don't give up when actually in the hour when difficulty comes up. So this is what is the symbolism of this part of Ramayana that we have seen, and we are coming very close to Rama's victory, which means that we are coming very close to saying goodbye to the second wave of COVID, and then perhaps permanently for COVID. And so this is what is the second wave, third wave, etc. We need not bother about it, but Rama's victory stands for a permanent victory. So as we are coming towards it, I would be taking up a few more anecdotes of the next episode very shortly. But I want to leave you today with this kind of caution that whenever we are meeting up with people, let us not forget wearing our mask and then maintaining the social distance. let us sanitize ourselves from time to time, even if we are vaccinated, etc. And then let us most importantly have positive thoughts about the whole thing, and then not succumb to negativity when we keep getting through social media, etc., a lot of negative news. And let us also try to encourage and inspire others not to be negative. So with these few thoughts, I take leave now with a promise that I shall come back with the next episode very soon.